Ooh, it is so blown out. I cannot figure out my lighting whatsoever, but we're gonna go with this. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is Christina, aka Northwest Reader. This video is a book tag, which I've only done one so far, but this one's called Rapid Fire Book Tag, and I was tagged by the lovely Wiblywoblybooknerd. Her link is down below. She's great. Go follow her. I'm gonna try to answer these questions as fast as I can and in a timely manner. Oh, and this video I actually attempted to put makeup on. Just a little bit of makeup. I didn't contour because, girl, I don't know how to do that. Okay, question number one is ebook or physical book? I am a physical book type of person, but in the last couple months I've been reading mostly ebooks, which is a surprise, but I am more of a physical book type of person. I like to physically be engaged with the book. I've always liked physical books. I love buying them and just the feel of them, the smell of them, the engagement of them. Ebook, I have a harder time reading for some reason, but I'm more used to it now, so I'm able to read them a lot faster than before. But yes, I would say physical book if I had to choose between the two. Okay, question number two, paperback or hardback? Paperback. I love paperback. If I had a version of a book that's hardcover or paperback, I would choose paperback. It all depends also on the book. I just love paperback. I just like the feel of it more, and I don't feel so weird tabbing it or making notes on it or anything like that, unlike a hardback book where I feel like, I don't know, I feel weird trying to do all that within it. It feels more official, more precious as a hardback, I guess. I'm not sure, but I will buy both. I don't mind. I like hardback. The thing that I don't like about new releases a lot of the times is that it comes out as a hardback first, and you have to wait like 6 months to a year for the paperback. So you end up having to pay more for the hardback. I don't really care for that, but paperback for sure if I had to choose between the two. Question three, would you rather buy a book online or in the store? Definitely in the store. Granted, I probably should mostly buy online, because when I go in the store, I end up buying more than what I go in there for. But I enjoy browsing, and for the millionth time, I like to engage with the books and stuff like that. But like how Wibbly Wobbly mentioned, if I'm gonna pre-order, I do it online. And I usually, there's only been a couple books where I actually pre-ordered a book in anticipation of it coming out. But other than that, I'd rather go in the store and buy a book for sure. Okay, next question, trilogies or series? I would say definitely trilogies. I don't read many series, or I haven't read the first book of a series where I was absolutely hooked and I had to continue reading. But I would definitely have to say trilogies for sure, because yeah, I'm not into the series too much, but maybe that will change by the end of this year. We'll see, but I don't know, maybe. Ding. Next question, heroes or villain? Definitely villains. I love villains. I always root for the bad guy. I laugh when he does bad things, or she does bad things, or them. I don't know. I just have a soft spot for villains, I guess. But it's always great when a villain becomes a hero, and then it's always tragic when a hero becomes a villain. So I kind of like both, but I'm going to lean more towards villain for sure. Next question is a book that you want everyone to read. That's tough. I really like Blake Crouch, so I would suggest, or I would recommend Recursion or Dark Matter. I've only read Recursion, but I hear Recursion and Dark Matter very similar, so I would recommend those. Yeah, I'm looking at my books. I would say another book that I just absolutely fell in love with this year is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That one caught me off guard how much I loved it. Enjoyed it so much. So I've already recommended it and let someone borrow that book. And I don't recommend books too often. Next one is recommend an underrated book. That's tough because I'm not 100% sure what I would recommend. Underrated. I tend to read more popular books for sure. I'm just that basic, I guess. Meh. Maybe say Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough, but everyone who's read that loves it. I feel like it's not on enough lists, but the more popular booktubers, they've talked about it and stuff, so I consider it not as underrated for sure, but I took forever to pick it up because I only saw a few people mention like how awesome it is, and I was like, it's not that much of a hype around it, but then it's great. It's a really good thriller, mystery type of book. So good. The ending is awesome. So the next question is the last book you finished. I've talked about this before, but I'm still working on all my books, but the last book I finished is The Merciless by, forget her first name, Vega. Great book, loved it. Body horror, exorcism, devil, Christians. I loved it. It was so good. That was the last one I read. That was in the beginning of this month. So the next question is, what was the last book that you purchased? Yeah. It's coming in tomorrow. Hello. The last book I purchased, it's coming in tomorrow. It's The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling. I've heard about this sci-fi, thriller, horror, mystery-ish type of book through one booktuber, I can't remember her name, and Gabby. Okay, an hour later and I'm back. Doorbell rang. Target was dropping off some baby formula, which in turn woke up baby, which in turn made him want to eat food, and yeah, costume change too. Hair is up because of my static. It's driving me crazy. Glasses, jacket, and a fire because I'm cold. So let's try to finish this rapid fire book tag that has not been rapid for me. It's taken me like 2 hours, it feels, to do this. Next question. Series or standalones? Definitely standalones. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not much into series. I like standalones. I really like mystery and horror and stuff like that, and those are usually standalones and not series, so that's what I prefer. Next question. Movie or TV show you prefer to the book? This is tough because I usually prefer books over the TV show / movies, but if I had to choose, I would say Game of Thrones. Granted, I have not read Game of Thrones, but I attempted the first book once and I was totally lost. Like barely into the book, I could not follow. I can barely follow the TV show, so I cannot fathom trying to read it, and it's a little too much. Yeah, it's too much for me. I can't follow that type of stuff, so I'm gonna say that. Next question. Book to movie or book to TV? I would say book to TV, but a lot of the times the book, they add on to it in the TV shows to make it last longer, and it's usually ridiculous and stuff like that. So maybe book to movie. I'm thinking out loud during this. Yeah, I'm gonna say book to movie for sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. Next question. Do you judge a book by its cover? Yeah, I am awful about that too, because if the book cover is gorgeous, I immediately will get it, I will stand by it, and then I'll read it and hate it. So I am notorious for buying beautiful books and the stories are horrible. And if the book cover is not interesting to me whatsoever, I will just look over it, and until someone talks about how awesome the story is, then I'll consider it. But If it doesn't catch my eye, I'm just not gonna get into it. I'm such a visual person. Next question, audiobooks, yes or no? Big yes. I loved audiobooks, especially when I was working, like just doing design stuff and then just have just something playing because I cannot work in complete silence whatsoever. So I like an audiobook, especially when I'm just doing mundane like design stuff where I don't have to, I can do multiple things like listen to a book and click on stuff. So definitely yes for an audiobook. Next question, our world or fictional worlds? Definitely our world. I have a hard time with fantasy books, especially when it is world building and there's a bunch of rules, and if a book has a map in it of not our world but a fantasy world, I usually don't like them or they're hard for me to follow. So yeah, I'm gonna say our world. Next question, laugh or cry? I prefer both. There's not too many books that actually make me legitimately laugh, so I will lean towards more the crying. If the book evokes any type of emotion from me whatsoever, I'm gonna love it. I love sad books, even if it's depressing, because it gets me. But if a book can make me laugh, kudos, because it's tough to do. Name the first 3 books you think of. I want to say Harry Potter and Chamber of Secrets because I'm reading that right now. The Turn of the Key because I'm reading that right now also. And looking over Imaginary Friend because it's right there. Next question, long or short chapters? I'm gonna say short. I just like short chapters because you feel like you're progressing through a story faster, and I tend to get in a lull when the chapters are super long, and especially if a book is, like I'm having a hard time getting through a book, if the chapters are long, then I'm like, it makes it even harder for me to get through it. But yeah, short chapters for sure, because I feel like it progresses the story faster, which doesn't make any sense. But if they're too short, but I'm fine with long, I just prefer short. Next question, long or short books? It depends on my mood. I have a fetish almost for the large books, the thicker books, because like when I see them, I immediately want them, but then half the time I don't read them. So it's kind of a weird thing. But I mean, I like medium-sized books, like 300-page mark is great with me. I'm fine with either or. Again, depends on my mood, what I'm doing, where I'm at. Next question, characters or plot? I am a big time character-driven reader. I like seeing characters' viewpoints, inner monologues, stuff like that. But also it depends with the plot too, because the plot can be very important. Plot driven is pretty nice, but the plot driven books tend to make me feel more like an outsider. So outsider looking in, and I like to be engaged in the story. So I would say character driven. Next question, borrow or buy? I like both. Immediately I will buy. If I want a book, I will buy it, not even think twice. But it is kind of nice to check out from the library. I don't have too many friends that let me borrow books because not too many of my friends read books. And then when they do read, it's like we have different tastes. So, I think I've borrowed like one book from, or a couple books from 2 different people in the last few years. That's it. So library is very nice, but I lean more towards buying, even though I try not to. Consumerism. But next question, top 3 favorite genres. Horror, thriller, even though those can kind of be the same thing, and contemporaries. Yeah, those are my 3, I would say. Next one, used books, yes or no? Yes, I like used books. I like it when they have writing in them from like notes from other people. I think it would be super cool if I found someone on BookTube or even my friends or anything. If I read a book and put notes, tab it and stuff, and then mail it out or give it to a friend or whatever, and then they do the same thing and give it back, like that type of stuff I enjoy. But again, I can never find anyone within my immediate vicinity that is into that type of stuff. But yes, I like used books. I don't mind it. I like the smell of them if they don't stink. Next question. Weirdest thing that you used as a bookmark? I thought about this. I couldn't really think of anything really, but I guess the weirdest thing as of recently even is a burp cloth. Having a newborn and you're reading and then suddenly you have to like pick up baby and burp cloth is like constantly right there. So slap that in the book, put it down. And that is all the questions, I believe. I hope I didn't miss any. I thought I would be able to knock this video out super quick, but it had a couple of hiccups along the way, but we did it. I did it. I finished it. Yay! So, I guess I should tag people. Ugh. Let me look at my Twitter. Who do I want to tag? I'm gonna tag Read by Madi. Next, I will tag Coffee, Books, and Bullet Journals. Mommy's Reading Chair. So yeah, and the people I tagged, if you already done this, obviously ignore. It's not a big deal. Thanks for watching. I hope this was somewhat interesting and enlightening. Not sure, but if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in watching any future videos, please subscribe. Leave a comment down below. I love leaving comments. I love conversating with people. So go ahead, and I will see you guys later.